Let me get it.
Oh, what? I'm gonna be one of the coolest in the old folks homes. Shout out to old folks homes too, man, because y'all keep the old folks, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean, still good. You know what I mean? They're stretching the ligaments, letting them rock around, man. Like that's cool, man. Cause my grandmother, God rest her soul, she volunteered at stuff like that, man. And it was cool, like somebody of her age doing things like that. Like just yeah, man, hospices are cool. Like hospices, like you know, what I mean, old folks' homes, like you know, where you get to go ahead
Oh
and
yeah,
enjoy the last little parts of you know what I mean, and just go and be
community.
yourself. Like, yeah, hell yeah, shout that shit out. Um, but I was gonna say though, in this next segment, this is actually I say this one to the end because I thought it was gonna be lit. Because I saw it because you know, saying as married men, sometimes there's segments that like there's things that married couples go through, and some things
I'm
that
just
they
waiting.
don't.
I'm waiting to see how you do
Yeah.
this one. Go ahead.
No, because like no, because okay,
Here we
because
go.
yeah, because everybody doesn't know. So there's a study that came out called sleep divorce. It's where is it good for a relationship? Do couples thrive?
Mm,
I saw it where this one couple. It wasn't like it was a study. They said they said it was a study, but when I read it, they really just focused on one couple in general, and they didn't really. I didn't see no numbers. Like but it was just this one couple, like I said, it did bring up, it did pose a good question, um, because she said, okay, the one marriage, the married couple they did talk about was one woman, she was a financier or something like that. The other person was a real
mm,
estate investor, things like that.
okay.
Unfortunately, he has RLS, he got restless leg syndrome, sleep apnea, and some other shit. And she's like, man, I can't deal with this. It bothers me. And then boom. So anyway, short story short, they decided to um, sleep in different rooms of their house. Okay. So they sleep in different rooms of the house. And then after I want to say 6 months to a year, they're like, oh yeah, look at all the money. We're so productive. We're so happy. All I did was make my room crazy. We got a bigger house. We got bigger cars. Like woo woo. So it's better for the relationship because we don't sleep together and now we're happier with each other. So I said, okay, that's interesting.
Mm,
I had some thoughts about it, you know, as being married. And I
hmm.
want to pose that to another married person that I do know. Um, so before I say what I want to say, what do you think about that when you read that? Actually, not only what do you think about it though. How would that apply? Oh, sorry. How do you? I mean, how does that apply with something like that with you and your marriage? Like, does it apply? Would it apply? Could it
It,
apply?
it could apply. Yeah, it could apply. When it comes to getting sleep and being functional and trying to be like, you gotta operate at a high level. Like, I get it. Um, I think, I guess it's just interesting because it's like a married thing, but I feel like there's a lot of rules, but there aren't any rules. And then if you come from a family that had a broken marriage,
You mean rules in marriage?
yeah, yeah, or rules
Oh,
of
okay.
marriage or rules
Mm,
within marriage or whatever, like,
mm,
it's like, well, you're married, so you have to sleep in the same bed. It's like, okay,
mm,
do you have to? Or do you have to maybe only twice a month? Do you have to maybe only four times a year? Like, it's really like, if does it have there's just that's what I mean. Like there's rules, but then there's no rules, right? So if
yeah.
this worked for them in terms of answering your question, like yeah, I think that's cool that it works for them, and if they both got no problem with it, dope. And then to answer your other question, like yeah, definitely could see that for us. Like if I'm like my big old legs and I'm shaking the bed too much or something, and she ain't functioning right, and it's messing up the work, figure it out.
Mm.
And we're gonna do um, cuddly nap days or whatever. We will figure it out. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to me, that can't be. I can't stick to some hard rule of that when I came, especially from a broken home where I already seen my parents sleep in a different bed. So
Mm.
you know what I
Okay.
mean? That makes me definitely a little more open, I guess, to just kind of peel back the curtain a little. But I can see how if you're super traditional and you came from like a really dope functioning family or whatever, you could be like, nah, like same bed every day, all day, like They play calling it sick together all day, like cool,
They call it
cool,
and sick
cool.
together too.
You know what I mean? Like cool, cool, cool. But
Yeah, we both sick. We sleep in
um,
the same bed. We both sick.
both sick. We staying home. Cool. Like, but what about you? What was your like? I mean, you kind of said your
Um,
reaction a little, but if you want to
no,
dive
I mean,
deeper into it,
yeah,
more about
definitely,
the
definitely.
marriage thing, the marriage part. Like,
Yeah, definitely the marriage part. I really don't. I mean, we already talked about their part. I don't like. I'm pretty much in line with you when it comes to you. I don't really judge any other married couple. Like, if it works for you, it works for you. Shit, like that's the whole point of marriage. Find somebody who completes what you're trying to do. Like, and then y'all rock out. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you like watching fucking scary movies all Friday night and then waking up and going to church, and she likes doing the same shit, that's what you do. Like, that's what y'all do. All right. But one thing that you said that I want to definitely pinpoint one more time is the fact that you said what you have to do. Um, there's so many underlining hypotheticals of what you have to do in a marriage that don't apply to nobody. Like,
yeah,
it's what you decide with who you're with and what you guys are comfortable with and whatever. Like you said, if you sleep in twice a month, hey, if you and y'all whatever y'all do, sorry, whatever you both do and decide together that helps you guys thrive and be a good person, like, or be a good couple or achieve whatever you guys are trying to achieve, whatever, live harmoniously, whatever. Um, in my situation, I work. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me give you a little background because I grew up I grew up with my grandparents. Now,
mm-hmm.
by the time I came into the equation, they've already been married. I want to say 30 years, something like that.
The grandparents.
Yeah, they've already been married
Okay.
30 years. So, and he worked graveyard shifts, and she worked during the day. So
Hmm.
now that they're both retired, their schedules are still the same. He's up all night, and she sleeps. She's up all day.
She's up all day. Yeah, yeah.
Right. So they don't want to bother each other. So he had his room, and she had her room, and they didn't sleep together. Did they not love each other? No. Did they always show affection? Were they always great people? Yeah, to each other. Oh, hell yeah. Like they loved each other. Like they just found a system that worked for them and it works. Like, and now fast forward to me and my situation with my wife. I work. Like, you know what I mean? We do this and we have our situation that we also do, we work. And sometimes that takes me into maybe 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Like, I mean, so I'll be like, hey, if you're tired, go take a nap, go sleep. I'll catch up with you. If I don't happen to catch up, like I'll see you sleep, I'll sleep on the couch or I'll sleep in another room. Like, you know what I mean? Just because I don't want to wake somebody up, like her up, like because she's been asleep. But when you're married though, you can't really do that because the other person's gonna and then boom, come outside and be like, hey, why are you out here? Like, all right, cool, you up? All right,
Mm-hmm.
cool, let's go sleep. Like, you know what I mean? All right, cool. But like, I don't know. Like I said, my biggest thing for it is as long as you have that. See, with marriage, people don't understand the biggest thing for marriage is communication. That is the
100%. Boom.
That is the biggest foundational thing I could ever tell anybody about marriage. It doesn't matter if you spend all the money up. It don't matter if you lost the food. Doesn't matter if the car got towed. Doesn't It don't matter, man. If you can communicate with this person, you can be with this person for the rest of your life. Like, because not every conversation is going to be roses and all smiles and Hallmark cards. But if you can have a conversation and a person can be 100% themselves and tell you exactly how they feel and tell you exactly what they want or they expect from you as well. And you can hear that, receive it, process it, and then be like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you come from a place of love where you're like, okay, cool. I want that person to be the most comfortable they can be. Like I want that person. Like when you come from that place, then I feel like, yeah, marriage is gonna work regardless. It doesn't matter where you sleep that day. It doesn't matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can sleep in my car, like if I feel like it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't matter. Like the marriage is still gonna be fine tomorrow. Like she might think I'm weird. She's like, okay, why you want to get frostbite out in this garage like that? It's cold out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's not up for me or anybody, I want to say, to critique how any one marriage goes as long as it's productive and harmonious for the people in it. Like, so that's my only take on that. For real.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, unless you get more sleep because you're sleeping next to somebody. Like as long as you're getting your sleep, you're getting your sleep.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Yeah, man.
And I want to touch on the I want to touch on something that you did say about growing up in a broken home. Because there's a lot of people that I feel like some people that grew up in a broken home can, I don't know, I want to say differentiate. Like me and
Mm-hmm.
you. Like, okay, we grew up in broken homes or whatever. Or per se, I mean, I don't want to,
Yeah.
I don't want to, I mean, I don't want to down talk to parents like that. You know what I mean?
We're
But
just saying it just to make it an easy
yeah,
understanding without
right, right.
dramatic. Yeah, yeah.
Right. Okay. So we saw things, whatever, and we made conscious decisions to say
Mm-hmm.
we're not going to let that shape our perception of what we think this situation should be or what it looked like. Like we saw, like, you know what I mean, same thing like when people see people doing drugs, you're like, okay, oh, I like that. Oh, okay. Well, I'm doing cocaine. Whoa, slow down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hold on. So I like the fact that, like, you know what I mean, as people where we came from, like, you know, we are actually able to differentiate and not repeat the same cycles because we saw it. Because a lot of people see a cycle, or they not a cycle, they just see a situation and they
Mm-hmm.
intuit that as it being normal. And when you get a certain age, you get to, or even not even age, when you get the same when you get in the right mentality, you know what I mean, as a grown individual, you get to differentiate and say, okay, this is what happened in my past. This is what I'm doing right now. This is what I want for my future. They don't all have to align. It's just what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, and it's crazy
Hundred
because, like,
percent.
when you get older, it's funny because you get to see things like that. But when you're younger, you're like, I not all the time. But I just know a lot of people. Even when you're older, I know a lot of people that still see. Well, this is what it was when I was younger, and this is how it has to be right now because it was this. And obviously, but I want something different in the future. I'm like, bro, how you the math don't hit on that at all. Like, so I just want to say that shout out to you though, by the way, because like I said, that's not an easy path, like to like I said, differentiate from what you've seen and to realize what's good. Because like I said, when you come from a broken home, like it's funny because people always want to say like it was crazy. You must have been woo 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 woo. I'm like, man, you know, it wasn't all crazy. Like, you know, I had this, I had this, I took good tools from this. Like, you know, it's not. I grew up in the trenches of Vietnam. Like, you know what I'm saying? No,
Right.
like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? No, it was not what y'all was going through, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? Like I mean, I had some things to make me use the tools to be a better person. Like, you know what I mean? So that's dope. So anyway, that's why another reason why I didn't want to like try to talk about like say our parents or whatever. Like, man,
Yeah. Yeah.
they were in whatever dealing with what they had to deal with. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
point is, because it's about the future. It's about knowing who you are as a person now, especially, and it's also about making those smart decisions going forward. So I just want to definitely put that out there. And once again, I just want to say to clear that up, I should say. Um, one more time, if y'all like sleeping in, he got a big man cave too. They were showing the pictures. He's got a dope ass cave. Like, hey, bro, if that's where you want rock out. You got a movie theater in your situation, and hey, do you like, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, like
I just don't
yeah,
like the I don't like the name. I don't like the sleep divorce name. I think the name is inflammatory, but I get it. But
it's a little trolly. It's a little
it
trolly.
doesn't have to be that. But I get
Yeah.
it.
Sleep. I understand it is a sleep divorce, like kind of in a way, but divorce is just,
So
like it's,
you can stay in a dysfunctional sleep marriage, meaning when it you can keep the dysfunction, you can't fix
right.
it.
So you got to watch
Like
the words. That's what I'm saying.
that's
Though,
what I'm
because
saying. Yeah, I don't
when
like that. I
especially
don't
when you're
like that.
talking to married couples, like when you see the word divorce in it, like already in the sentence when it's about married couples, you're automatically like, hold on, let me see what they're talking about. Like, you know, what I'm saying? As a
Yeah,
married man, every person does that. I don't know if you're married or not, but if you're married,
yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying, every person, you'll look at the caption a little longer if you see something
They're
married in
like,
the
wait a
caption. You'll be
minute.
like, oh, okay. That's
It's like walking
like,
by and see something and it's in your size. It's like that's a double X. Oh no,
I don't even like green like that, but you know.
but you know it's my size. They
Oh
actually
God,
have them.
hello, hello, hello.
It's one of those. It's like man.
Hell
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't like the name. I like, but I like what it was about, and Thanks for
Yeah,
bringing this one to the light for sure. This one was dope, but I just not a fan of the name. But people be flame broiling.
yeah.
They whoppers online.
But I was actually thinking about this as well because I think on the previous pod you brought up some marriage topic as well. And honestly, I don't know. I'm not gonna sit there and act like I have the healthiest, most productive marriage in the world. I'm not gonna act like I mean, you don't act like you. I mean, you just like I'm married, we chilling, like you know what I mean. But honestly, like I do want to say that I have talked to other married people or especially people who just have girlfriends and things like that, and they ask me certain questions and they say, "Oh, what do you guys do?" I was like, I ask her how she feels. I receive that information, and like they're like, "Words." Like, they think I'm talking like Aramaic. Like you know what I'm saying, they're like, "Word." I'm
Right.
like, "What?" I'll ask you. I'm like, "So what do you guys do?" Well, when something happens, I try to go ahead and do this and hide it real quick so I can fix it before she even finds out. So then when by the time I'm like, oh, so let me get this straight. You tried to fix it and then she found out before it got fixed, and then now y'all arguing and oh okay. But then and then you called her out her name because she was mad and then okay.
She
Okay.
came at you a little strong or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. As
yeah.
she should because you was lying. Like, you know what I'm saying? But they want yeah, they don't want to get that part. I wasn't lying. What I was doing was omitting. I'm like, now you sound like her when they talk. Don't do that. But this me. I'm like, this me. I'm your homie. Don't do that. This me. This me. For real, don't do that. I'm not one homie they don't want to call about marriage advice, man. I ain't going or girlfriend advice. I'm like, don't do that. I'm gonna tell you about yourself. I don't care if you my homie or not. For real. But I like that because now that let me know that like because sometimes when you're just going through the motions like like because you're just so busy focused on like your future, the end game, and all things like that. You got to enjoy the journey, the road. Like you got to realize that sometimes you're looking like him when it comes to marriage. Like you're looking like, bro, how do y'all do that? We're over there like, bro, it's Tuesday. We gotta hurry and get a booking. Gotta hurry and get over here. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, nah, bro, you guys are doing it. We're like, oh, we is? Yeah, I guess we is. Yeah, man. That's what's up. I mean, just healthy. Like that's it. Just
Oh
health,
yeah.
nothing toxic. That's all. Like something
Right.
light. Hey,
Like,
but it's crazy though because nowadays though, in a society that thrives off toxicity, turmoil, tea, whatever you want to call it, like being regular and not having drama is really where it's at. Like, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it's cool to watch other people have drama like for 10, 20 minutes and then shut it off and then go back to regular life. Like, but can you imagine just having a life full of drama like you live with one of the real housewives of Atlanta or something? Like bro, like ain't no married man trying to do all that. Like,
exhausting.
what? I got exhausted right now just trying to say our Real Housewives of just the title was
Yeah,
exhausting.
yeah. It's a
Like,
lot.
that sounds like it come with 3 stylists and one that wants me to wear some Shannon Sharp outfits. Like I'm cool. Like no,
One hell of a writer.
I can't do it. Ain't nothing wrong with just getting a bag and being regular. Like get your bag, be comfortable, and live your life. That's all it is, man. And once you find somebody who's with that same type of road, you know what I mean. That's man. Like I said, that's what I always say. Communication is the biggest key because
Hmm.
if you want to be if you want to be president of the United States and your wife wants to just full beds at the La Quinta Inn, like you know what I mean? Your tactics and the way you guys live might be a little off, not aligned. You know what I'm saying? But if you're like, look, in 2 years, I'm trying to buy a house. I work here. I do this. Woo woo. And then she's like, oh well, I'm trying to buy a house in 2 years too. I work here. Woo woo. Okay, cool. In 2 years, we'll do. Okay, cool. And then boom, every day and everything. You know what I mean? You're just working towards a goal. Like you're just, you know
Working
what I mean?
towards the goal.
Yeah, and that's all you're doing. You're rocking out with each other, like you know what I mean? Because obviously, before you got married, obviously you like the person, the personality. So obviously, but if you guys are aligned in the same goal, it's like, hey, when somebody comes home from work, you're not gonna be like, hey, what'd you do today? Like, you know what I did today? Like, you know what I'm saying, man? Just working on the goal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you don't really have to talk about that type of stuff anymore because the finances are gonna go where they need to go to, and then all your biggest concern is, remember, finally Friday is our free day. What are we gonna do on Friday? Like to go decompress. Like that's what happens when you have healthy relationships. Like
And structure. Yeah, some structure set up.
Hold on, now my man cooking because my man, but shout out my man over here too. Bless me with that Google Calendar. Shout out my man. That saved us a lot of time, energy, frustration. Definitely a fan of that. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. That man, you'd be surprised. I think I hit you off camera the other day, and I said some shit. I was like, "Bro, it was weird, man. Like, had a whole productive ass day. It was crazy. It was crazy. Like, all day, like." Look at the calendar. It was like from this time to this time you're posting shorts. From this time to this time you're taking lunch. This time to this time you got to take her over here. This time to this time I'm like everything was flowing. I'm like, man, this is dope. Like I need a week of this. I need a month of this. I need 6 months of this. Something like that just felt too good. I'm talking about no
then,
wet drink, no dry drink, just everything just flowing. That was
like
lit.
looking at it the next day, and you're like, "Oh, I did all that. I
Did
did.
it? Oh
Yeah,
God, bro, I
I
love
did all
that,
that."
bro.
That's the best part. The next day, because you got
Hello.
your boxes for that day, but then you see before, like, man, I got to do all that. Yeah,
Hello, for real. The next day, man. Shout out the BG shorts, man. Because hey, I just want to say anybody who's been rocking with us as Block Giants, man, y'all been fucking with the shorts, man. I'm so appreciative because we put a lot of time and work into everything we do with this channel. So thank y'all for just even that little piece right there, like
yeah.
because we do work hard to give y'all this dope ass content. You know what I'm saying?
Block
So
Giants, but we mess with the short game.
bro. You've been having to explain that for your whole life, huh? You're like, all my friends shorter than me. It's like, oh, I mess with them though. They cool. I wouldn't pick them up on no pickup game or nothing, but they still my niggas.
Yeah. Or the other question, what is it like? Are you always the tallest person? Like, no. Are you the tallest of your friends? I guess.
What do you mean by you always the tallest person? I never. They used to always ask you the craziest questions in the airports, bro.
Craziest
It used to be
questions.
so funny, bro. They'd be like, you used to walk, bro. You used to always hold your head down. They'd be like, watch, he's gonna ask me if I play basketball. Hey, hey. I'd be like, oh, here it comes. Say, here it comes. Hey, I know you probably hear this all the time. All right, then why are you gonna ask me? Like that
Right.
should be crazy. It's like somebody being like, no disrespect, and then some disrespect comes out, or like, I'm not trying to be racist, and then some race shit comes out, or it's like somebody like, I know you hear this all the time. It's like, then why are you going?
Like, are you a millionaire? Like, no, I'm not. Leave me alone.
You know what? I'm gonna start trolling people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they gonna troll us, because remember they used to call me Little Wayne back in the day. You look like Little Wayne.
Oh man, that was
Like,
all the time.
and then yeah, and then they used to always say like, you used to play basketball. I'm gonna start trolling people. We should just walk up to broke people and be like, hey, bro, you like a millionaire? Can I get like a picture? Not a million. Watch their faces. Just do. You know, I mean, just troll one day. Just troll one day. Like, goddamn. See, I'm old now. Like, I mean, I have ideas for trolling, but like, I'm not gonna do nothing.
That reverse
All right.
troll.
Oh, hello. But hold on. One thing I do want to say before we move on to the next topic, though, is I'm gonna sound like a hater, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Why you gonna sit there and put Ryan Seacrest as fucking the host of Wheel of Fortune, like after fucking Pat Sajak? That's wild to me. They just always bring him as the backup. He's like that one dude. Like they always get like the sub. Like he just, you know what I mean? He's like always like, you know what I mean, the backup quarterback. Remember when the Kelly Ripper thing happened? He jumped on that bitch. Like all the shit. He's always just that man. I'm sick of bro. Since American Idol, bro, I'm sick of bro. Like,
He's Swiss Army knife, yo. That's him.
what do you say?
He the Swiss Army knife.
He's Swiss. Ryan Swisscrest. Okay. Okay.
Like Nick Cannon.
Oh yeah, oh no.
He's a
He's
Swiss
the white
Army.
Nick Cannon.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, actually,
He's
no.
white
Actually,
Nick
matter of
Cannon.
fact, no. Hold on. Nick Cannon is Black Seacrest because Seacrest started American Idol first. So he Black Seacrest. I gotta give him Black Seacrest.
Hey,
He was here first. That's the only reason. Not because I'm more preferential than anybody.
I
But
ain't mad.
anyway,
I ain't
let's
mad.
get to our favorite topics, man. Because in the shorts though, they was rocking with Siskel and T-Bert.